going live with Nick Black in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Pew. You ever think you got something stuck in your eye and you're like, I can't see straight, and you realize it's like a flash drive? There was a flash drive stuck in your eye.
I don't know that I've ever experienced that, Nick.
Just an old flash drive full of secrets.
Just a little flash drive stuck in the eye again, huh?
That's all stuff. This is my awesome. I'm trying to focus it. It's numero uno, because that's the digital heavyweights one. So when I have cool ideas and stuff, I put it on that bad boy, and then I have like a little cap. Sometimes I get it stuck in my eye. That's for the heavyweights. And if you're not a heavyweight, you don't get it. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. A discreet good morning to you too, sir, Jay Finley. All right. Welcome to the American Institute for Crypto Investors live. Do you think that, interesting. Okay, do you think that on the other side they have, it would still be a live show, but they're all dead? Like in the dead side. Okay, Brandon, did you know that I used to write science fiction and fantasy novels?
Oh, I can't even imagine that world where you live.
You can't imagine that. You can't imagine
where you were writing science fiction novels, sitting in the back room of your little condo there. I can imagine a little bit. I just can't imagine
eating rice with chopsticks. What was that?
That's what you look like when you're writing, because you're writing science fiction novels on this little.
Am I using blood for my
your little digital heavyweight flash drive? You're like writing number one, then science fiction novel on the back, and then it's like, here's my ideas.
I use blood, and I take the blood and I use papyrus.
Hey, that's image in my head
anyway,
right now. Yes, that's it.
In my book, so in the books, one of the themes is this whole other dead side. Well, a live show on the dead side would be dead. So we'd be like,
no, they're still alive. They're alive in their world. The live doesn't refer to their state of being. It refers to the show itself.
Yeah,
being
that's right.
Live.
Yeah, that's why I said it would still be a live show on dead side.
Yeah, so it'd still say live on it.
But if dead is alive, wouldn't it be a dead show? Wouldn't it be a dead show?
No, because the show's like living. The show itself is living.
You know what's not living?
Oh, crap. Here we go. Uh-oh. Me after I get pew-pewed, I'm out. I pew-pewed myself, so eat it. Okay. Peace out.
Okay. Should we look at markets for like 29 seconds? We'll do a digital asset update. We'll look at BTC absorption. Ooh, that sounds kind of gross. We have some questions regarding AGIX staking on Daedalus. Oh man, did you see that one that Ryan just put up there with the cat shooting the lasers out of his hands?
Where did he get this stuff?
God, Ryan, you just won the internet, man.
Dude, that's a great.
That's bad. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the markets real quick. There's not a super lot going on, but there's a little lot going on.
There's a lot going on, kinda.
A few hours ago,
between Ethereum and Bitcoin there.
Yeah, I mean, Ethereum is starting to catch the pre-merge hype as we knew it would. That kind of run up. My guess is it will run towards the merge, and then I think it'll start selling about 2 days into the merge. But you're still going to have to do push-ups.
I'm starting to feel that. I'm starting to feel it.
Get warmed up, bro.
It's gonna hurt. Get warmed up, bro.
Who was it that marked the price? I think that we said it was like 15.25, right?
Yeah, 15.50, 15.25, something in there. Yeah. So I mean, it would have to take a massive dump for me to not.
You're doing push-ups
at this point.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with because I am invested in Ethereum, so it's like a win.
You win either way. Loss. You're gonna get a big chest. You're gonna be jacked.
I hope so. Someday.
So what's happening with Bitcoin, in my opinion, is exactly what should happen, and that's nothing. Nothing should happen until we understand the implications of the distribution of the MTGOX tokens. They won't even finalize that for probably. They say it's been finalized, but my guess is no distributions start at all in September. We know that the last day is around the 13th to 15th is like the end all be all. Get your claim in. Until that's sorted out, and until we see some distribution schedule, and until we know if they're drip distributing, if they're lump sum, if it's going to look more like an annuity or a lump sum. I think it's going to look more like an annuity over the course of maybe 90 days, something like that. They don't want to nuke the same market for the creditors that they're paying back. They can't go bang with all the tokens, and if they drip them in the wrong way, they would end up slowly, catalyzing some sell-off in Bitcoin. So I don't think they want to do that. And I think they want to put an amount of tokens out there where if hedge funds and entities like BlackRock want to come and buy into that, they'll be able to. I guarantee you, every single fund, anybody that's liquid right now is getting a phone call from Michael Saylor, who, he's got his own problems. I won't go into the $100 million tax fraud thing. I won't go into that he got fired. Oh, wait, I just did. But I bet he's calling everyone up saying, bro, when they drop those tokens, can you buy? Can you guys buy? Can you guys buy? So there's a lot of, I know for a fact, there are people calling around other funds that are liquid, trying to get this group effort to basically buy these tokens as they hit whichever tokens should hit. Are we still good on audio? Every time I get like a spam call, I always think that it's going to jack the audio.
What's that? I couldn't hear you, Nick. What? I kid.
Really?
I kid. Oh my gosh, go away.
I kid. I kid.
I'm sorry.
Remember that dog? I kid. Anyway, so don't do anything in Bitcoin. For those of you that, we've been playing options, keep paper trading. Do not do any real trading. Let me say this again. Keep paper trading. Do not touch Bitcoin right now. You'd rather be wrong and it goes up than right and it goes down and you got in and you got nuked. So stay away from Bitcoin right now. You can own it. I wouldn't be adding. Not yet. Not when you know these tokens are coming. Best case scenario is 13 to 15,000 Bitcoin. Best case. Somebody just moving Bitcoin. Remember last week? When was it? We were talking on, it was Tuesday, right? We were talking about like someone moved some Bitcoin, just moved it. And everybody's like,
10,000 Bitcoin came out of like, and it's just like you said, 10,000 Bitcoin just moved. Like that's it. It wasn't sold. Yeah. It wasn't like
that's right.
And that was enough or anything. That's it.
And that was enough to nuke the price from 25K to where we are now. 20% of the market cap of Bitcoin gone because one D-bag moved his tokens because idiots preemptively behaved because everybody's all gun shy. No, not so much that. Well, that is part of it. It's because it's illiquid. These are just very illiquid assets. And think about how many crypto exchanges there are and how many low liquidity. So if one exchange sees Bitcoin go down to 15,000, never mind the fact that there might have only been 8 Bitcoin for sale in the order book. Doesn't matter. The price goes down because some dumbass did a market order because people don't understand that no one does market orders unless you are pre-tarded, right? Like no one does market orders. Dummies do market orders, right? You do a limit order so that you know what your exposure is. And so this is like common sense 101. I shouldn't have to go over this. But for those of you that don't know, you don't ever do a market order. Hey, Brandon, what do you never do? What do you never do?
Hold on, I'm just putting some market orders in. Hold on. What'd you say?
You son of a schmur. Okay.
What happened? Hold on. Oh, they all filled instantly. That's weird because they were market orders.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And the price of Bitcoin just dropped $400.
18%. What? I just slipped.
What is slippage? Ooh.
What is slippage?
This is a teachable moment. Anybody using MetaMask, do you go you do custom slippage, right? Brandon?
You're talking to me? Yeah, always. I set my slippage very tight, depending on the coin.
I do.
Sometimes if it's a risky play, you have to increase the slippage a little bit.
No.
But yeah, pretty tight slippage.
1.1, I go 1.1%. So before you do a trade or a swap on MetaMask, go and adjust the slippage. Otherwise, it's going to just do it at 3%. Isn't that the default?
Yeah, I think 3% is default. You always want to go in and set your slippage.
3 is a lot when everyone's fumbling over themselves to get 5, 6, 7% staking. You don't give away 3% on the way in, on the buy. adjust your slippage. Go to advanced tools, click the button, keep banging around until you find slippage and adjust it to 1.1%. And the orders will go through and you'll be fine, but you won't get nuked on the swap because they will absolutely absorb all that. That's just free money for the people facilitating the swap. Don't do that. Okay, Ethereum, we're pre-merge, we're going up. Yay, great. Should you be buying Ethereum into this? Man, I think you don't touch Bitcoin. I think you probably at this point, you don't touch Ethereum. If you own it, cool. If you don't own it, I don't think you mess with it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Brandon? Would you be a buyer right now?
Oh my gosh, that's a big question. Just because I'm not sure. The flip side of that is I'm not a seller either. Like just like you said, I'm a holder and I'm not selling, but I'm not adding to the position. I'm comfortable with where I'm at with Ethereum, and I think I'm okay with that. That's
I'm not going to add. I'm not. I thought about it over the weekend. I saw early. I think Saturday it was like 1550-ish, and I thought. I don't know, man. I just don't feel comfortable. I did add some optimism. I'm not recommending it to anybody because they still have a lot of airdrops and crap like that. But on the other side of it, if they can I'm going to dollar cost average into it because I know it's going to get nuked. It's going to go well below $1. It may be a recommendation then. I'm only adding it because it's another one of the layer 2s that Ethereum desperately needs to succeed even after the merge. Listen, it ain't a rosy path for Ethereum. And you're getting all kinds of marketing like Ethereum's the next money. Ethereum is currency. Ethereum is not money. Ethereum is not currency. It might be designated a cryptocurrency. I think it's a digital asset. It is not money. Either is Bitcoin, other than in the very esoteric sense that anything you can use to extinguish debt would classify as money. But let's just say this, it's certainly not currency, right? It's not like, do I hold US dollars or do I buy that coffee with Ethereum? No, Ethereum is a gas that you burn to facilitate transactions on a distributed world computer. And it's a broken one. So just, when these people start comparing like, will Ethereum overtake Bitcoin? Yeah, it may in market cap. And the reason it may in market cap is because Bitcoin's getting nuked right now. And, Bitcoin has a very, very, very limited use case, if we're being honest. It's cool as a store of value. It's cool, in people's portfolios. The way I look at Bitcoin is you add until a Bitcoin ETF, you let that run, let a bunch of pension funds and hedge funds absorb that, man. Whew. Did you hear what the OCC did lifting the basically, okay, the OCC is the entity that is responsible for keeping liquidity in the options market in case there's some kind of catastrophic event. They clear all these options transactions in the regular equity space. They can now pilfer all of the pension funds that are participants. They can go and nuke your fund if they have problems in the options market. There was a cap of 1 billion. 1 billion. You know what it is now? You know what the limit is now, Brandon? From 1 billion to, what would you guess?
Trillion.
35 trillion.
Okay, I was off.
They can take all of it. You guys should look it up. It's pretty ghastly. I did a video on it yesterday, a holiday video. Whew, it's a mess. I don't know why no one seems to think it's news. It's not newsworthy. The fact that if you have money in a pension fund, it's no longer safe. Period, full stop. Do you trust the options market? Do you remember all that crap that was going on with all these meme stocks? Stonks? Because 4 D-bags on Reddit mobilized a bunch of idiots kicking their COVID checks into the option space to give Wall Street a thing or two. So if that market gets illiquid and gets nuked, they can go after every single dollar in any participatory pension fund. Teachers, firefighters, policemen, bus drivers, city workers, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. If they're participatory, Steve, good luck. Go look it up. I'm not making it up. It's just no one else want to cover it. Anyway, as far as it relates to crypto, luckily it doesn't because, I mean, at least so far, there aren't really crypto pension funds. Not yet. What are some outliers? Ethereum Classic because people are stupid. But again, investing, remember, markets are a beauty pageant. This is a perfect example. Hey, Brandon, pop quiz. Does anybody build anything on Ethereum? On Ethereum
No.
Classic?
On Ethereum
Right.
Classic? No. Nobody's done anything.
No. What's the Ethereum derivative that got taken over and chain reorged about 5 times last year?
Ethereum Classic.
Yes, also Ethereum Classic. Do they have any real development? Are they pushing any GitHub submits?
No, I haven't heard anything from anybody.
No, nothing. And yet they're up 91% in the last 3 months. Why? Because dummies. So it is important to watch what dummies do because dummies still represent a very large cohort of this market. Be careful. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Remember those commercials where they just smash cars?
I love those. Yes.
So I saw some videos. I saw some videos of them smashing and destroying Bugattis.
Are those? Sorry, I'm not really into cars, Nick. Is that like an expensive car? Is that more than my like Nissan Sentra 1987?
It's more than you'll ever be worth.
Fair enough. Okay, that's a bold statement. Jeez, come on.
It's unfortunately more than most of us will. Look, it's one of. I saw a carbon fiber Bugatti over at Beverly Hills, and I was looking at it, and I said, "How much is this one?" He goes, $4.4 million. I'm like, that'd be like all. I forget when this was. This is early this year. I said that'd be everything. That'd be it. Here's all my crypto. I have a car that I have to plug in. Anyway, God, how the rich live. Some other things to pay attention to. Ravencoin, Flux, ERGO. Real quick, for anybody that was looking at these things when we were very clear and told everyone to look at these things, you're up 100% plus on every single one, 100%. So, and do I have a crystal ball? No. You know what I have? Hey, Brandon, can you read my mind? What do I use when I want to really I want to get underneath the hood and see the things that no one else sees? What magical tool do I have at my disposal?
Well,
Go on.
The mass amount of information out there on the Google engine, you told me right before
the
the
Google. Show, right? It's the Google,
engine.
Man. All you guys have to do is learn how to ask the right questions. If you learn how to ask the right questions, all this stuff is obvious. I have an extra many thousands of dollars because I just asked the Google, man. That's right. You do your 5 T's and you ask the Google. And Scotty, real quick, yes, I love Fetch. I still like Fetch. I even like it more at this price. Okay, let's do some Q&As, some Q's and some A's. And look at our little dumpster coin. It's right in our dumpster range. Looks rare. Yeah, because no one else uses it. That's why it's rare. Okay. Should we do some questions?
We have some great questions today. A couple of them about let's bring up this one from Legend 22. Binance
I already
offering 6% on Cardano.
I don't care.
What are your thoughts?
I don't care if Binance offers 6 billion%. You stay away from anything that says Binance. Hey, Brandon, let me ask you a question. If you see a company where the CEO, the CFO, all the senior executives, they don't last longer than 3 months. They all just, for whatever reason, they get hired, and these are big name guys too. They get hired, and then they just say, we're having creative differences. I'm just going to go look. What do they say? It's not that I'm quitting so much as looking for different opportunities that aren't here at this business, and I'm out. Here's my letter. See you later. Bye. Stay away from Binance, everything. It's been exposed that there's a bunch of criminal probes that they just haven't been answering. Like, well, that's the other Binance. This is a problem. There is no other Binance. Binance is Binance. Binance.us is just supposedly a separate company, but completely tethered to Binance because anybody that doesn't agree with CZ, they get nuked. And then you see a resignation letter. When you have that kind of C-level executive turnover, huge red flag. I mean, other than when, people jump off of buildings. Too soon? Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, too soon. That's way too soon. Let's move on.
It wasn't too soon for him.
No. Okay.
3 seconds.
Let's move on to the next question.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Larty 12. Any idea why there isn't a market cap for AGIX?
150 feet per second.
What?
18 floors.
AGIX.
So it took a
AGIX,
second. It took a second and change. 1 second.
Market cap.
1,000.
Here we go. Okay, if I respond to that, will we answer the question?
I'm gonna get a Ouija board. Listen, Thursday we're getting a Ouija board. Thursday we're gonna get a Ouija board and talk to the CFO of. Okay. Anyway, any idea why there isn't a market cap?
AGIX.
Some of the tokens don't have a direct market cap because one, it's very, very small, or they don't expose a market cap because a large percentage of the tokens are locked up or in some murky state. So my guess is there's no market cap on AGIX because there's actually 2 billion tokens, but the supply plays out over 99 years. So it is actually a very small market cap. And I guess the more you dig into it, you could get a good idea, but we know it's tiny. And that's probably why there's no discernible market cap. As they get more metrics, this is still, look, when you're buying AGIX, when you're buying any of these assets, any of these AI assets, you need to understand that you're really, really still quite early. And these are not going to shine until the market starts to expand or there's some mass publicity event. And I'll give everyone a hint. One is coming on September 30th. It's not even a hint. Google, what's an easy way to Google this? Google artificial intelligence event September 30th. It's very obvious, right? And you will see Elon Musk's name pop up. I don't even have to hide it. Tesla is going to announce their humanoid robot named Optimus. They're going to talk about what it will be priced at, when it's coming out. I think there's 2 versions, Optimus and Optimus. He thinks it's going to be bigger than all of Tesla. He thinks the humanoid division, we're getting there. What do you think is going to run all these things? You think it's going to be running on Android operating system? No. So things like that are going to push the discussion further. And my guess is I would rather be in these AI assets earlier than later. But we're still years away. Okay? We're still years away. Anyway. So yeah, it's a small market cap coin. And I would expect as better metrics evolve. Remember, AGIX is still kind of hard to get. But to me, it's a very, very, very quality asset at a very cheap price. 4 cents, I'm still buying. Okay. And real quick, Captain Brad, when to sell? Any of these kind of dumpstery coins, let's face it, Raven coin is a dumpster coin. We like animals, but we don't like animal tokens. We don't like food products. I'm not going to tell anyone to sell or when to buy. But on these tokens, if I get 100%, I'm taking my original investment off the table and let the rest run. You're on house's money. So I would just look at your entry and say, listen, if I'm up X amount, I think fair is fair. I think it will continue to go up, but no one ever got broke taking a profit. So I would say, be wise. These are not quality assets. ERGO might actually be a quality asset. Flux potentially. Raven coin is not a quality asset. It's a poor look. It checks none of the boxes in the 5 T's. It's like 0. Terrible management. Terrible. There's no technology there. It's just a weird fork of Bitcoin with more coins. Oh, we got 21 billion instead of 21 million. Okay, why is that good? Well, because you can launch assets. ASICs resistance, all this. Yeah, but those aren't things. Those are little bitty, kind of quasi features. Those aren't even things. Anyway, So Raven Coin's not a quality asset. So it's just a lottery ticket, but one that makes sense looking at the ETH merge landscape. However, ERG, if I was going to hold one, that'd be the one that I held, and maybe Flux. They do kind of work together, and ERG has some very interesting, ERGO has some very interesting ties to Cardano. So there you go. All right, next question.
We got this is from Rex from Arizona. How much Bitcoin will be absorbed or taken up by the institutions?
Like in general, that's a far-reaching question, Rex. My guess is if we say post ETF, a spot ETF, 95%. But remember, most people's investment money is in institutions, via pensions and things like that, and IRAs and all this kind of other stuff, and non-managed, right? Managed by somebody else. And those are usually passive indexation type vehicles. So my guess is when everybody on earth can hold Bitcoin, then you're going to see a lot of funds holding Bitcoin the same way that they would have held gold in the past. And I think people basically realize that gold is a failed bit. And then they should see that, wait, I can extrapolate that then maybe Bitcoin would be. So that gets into different arguments, different discussions. Next question.
The last question that we have here is about the Daedalus wallet from Beth. Do you have instructions on how to stake to Daedalus? This is the ADA token, Cardano.
Beth, give it a Google. IOHK has done hundreds of videos about using Daedalus. Always Google first. They're going to give you a better explanation on how to stake, but once you have your coins on Daedalus, you just select a stake pool. You go and look at the different pools, look at the saturation, make sure it's not, make sure it's 95% or less saturated. And you can just stake you just go click, you're delegating. It'll ask you to sign the transaction. You sign the transaction. Your tokens are delegated. That's all you have to do. At that point, you just collect. It's cool. All right. I think that does it for today. Did we have any other news, any other excitement that we had to pass along?
The biggest thing that I see, obviously.
Real quick. Smart Girl said, should HNT holders switch and add to Solana? No, God. That's like, my arm is on fire. What should I do? You need to douse it with plutonium. With some enriched plutonium. And formaldehyde. That will help your burning arm. No! Stay away from junk. Helium is failing. Helium is now partnering with Solana, which is a failed, it's a failed network on failed rails with a bunch of thieves running it. Ugh. Man, be careful. God. Just be careful. All right, Brandon, is there anything else?
Yeah, there's something else. Digital heavyweights, man. We haven't talked about it yet. Digital heavyweights, you're about 300 members away from 1,000.
So we're at about 700-ish?
Yep. And we have a lot of information coming up about the ETH merge. Obviously, we're going to want to hear about. This is a big event. This is probably one of the biggest events we're going to have in crypto all year. Would you argue?
It's perceived as the biggest event. I think it's a non-event, right. But I think it's perceived.
Biggest tradable event, in my opinion. Yep. And I think joining digital heavyweights would be one of the best ways to navigate that event. Do you have anything that you want to offer the people, or anything you want to talk about with the digital heavyweights? Why they need to get in there ASAP? I'll put the number on the screen so they can call now.
Well, I'm going to jack. Not me. It's not like I have any control over anything. We are going to jack the rates up. It's going to get more expensive. Our goal is 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we met our goal. So you want in at that point, you're going to pay more. You're going to pay a lot more. And I'm not going to cry for you, Argentina. Isn't that how the song goes? Don't cry for me, Argentina. It should be their government debt. They're insolvent like every 6 years. You can actually set your watch to it. Okay, only 60 more months before a sovereign debt default. Argentina. Anyway, God. We're trying to get to 1,000. Join us. It's going to be awesome. You don't have to join us. If you like to lose money, don't join us. Brandon, do you have anything is that a good ad? Want to lose money? You're already doing that. You want to not lose money? Join us.
Other than, what you said, I think it's really important the timing right now, especially what Nick's saying is right. He does have a lot of reasons for you to get over to digital heavyweights. By all means, get over there. There's no reason not to. Call 1-877-212-9163. I think Gabe can help you out with any pricing information that you need, as well as anything else.
Is that the Angel Gabriel?
That's the Angel Gabriel. I would say he's offering a discount, but I don't think Nick does discounts. Is that right, Nick?
Discounts? Ain't no discount, man. Do you trust? I don't trust any discounts. Oh man, let me tell you about discounts.
First of all, anyway, Nick, we gotta hurry. We got somebody for the next show.
You know what you discount? You go to the pet store. You go to the pet store and there's a hyena and he's discounted to like $19. That's not a discount, bro. You're going to die. You get that hyena. Hey kids, look at this low price dog I got you. Look at this discount dog, bro. That's a hyena. Look at those big legs. That thing's gonna eat you. That's a discount. And on that note, stay in school, don't do drugs, don't do anything by pouring yourself a drunk song on a meth, or Brandon wouldn't do, or hyenas. Don't buy discounted pet hyenas. Period. Pew, 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 pew.